Hey guys, this is Jimmy with the General Expert channel on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and hit thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll be posting many more. So today I'm going to be working on a solar-powered Gable attic fan. And when you hear the word Gable, all that means is that little, pitched spot in your roof when there's the little louvers there, the vent that's there. That's what they're calling a Gable fan. So you just mount the fan basically right behind that louvered vent that's should already be somewhere in your attic. Basically I went to one of the brick and mortar, the Big Blue, I'm gonna call it. I don't want to call it by name just because I'm not promoting them, but anyway, I went there. I went to both places, the Big Orange and the Big Blue, and I looked at what they offered for solar powered Gable fans. Ironically, they both had a unit that was basically the exact same price. And so what I did was I looked at the reviews, which there were basically none, and then I looked at the boxes, tried to compare features. The one main thing that I really paid attention to, which the Big Blue had, was a 800 CFM fan. Now, I don't know too much about these. I don't know if that's variable. I don't know if, hey, when it's on it's 800 CFM, when it's off it's 0, or if 800 is like the highest it could be. I'm not sure how all that works. The one at the Big Orange said 500 CFM. I'm going to default to the higher airflow rating. So both of them, like I said, were the exact same price. Not only that, but the one at the Big Blue, I'll show you here in a second, seems to be a little bit easier to mount, a little bit easier as far as a do-it-yourselfer kind of like I am. So this one just seems to be the right one for me. Basically what they say to mount these things is to use a piece of plywood, because you want to mount it, you want to mount it in a kind of like an airtight box, if that makes any sense. So you have your trusses that are vertical, and I don't have a truss horizontally on the lower or the upper portion. So what I'm going to have to do is, I got a couple 2x4s that I had just laying around. I'm going to cut these to size, which I think is about 14 inches. Slide one in the top, one in the bottom, and basically that's going to create the top and the bottom part of the box. The two side or vertical trusses that are already there are creating the sides of the box, and then this piece here is what's going to create the back of the box. So what they give you is this template, and I basically measured it, came up with the template being 15 inches exactly. Anyway, so what you do is you cut this little section out of this. This piece of wood, let me show you on my trusses here, then becomes the outer side of the box. When I cut this and mount it inside the two vertical trusses, I will then have a somewhat of an airtight box. The fan will be pushing air out and it'll be flowing outside. So it'll be sucking the hot air from my attic and pushing it straight out. So I just cut these 2x4s down to 14 inches wide, which is the width of my trusses. Of course, this section here is a little bit wider than that, but up in the attic I measured, and these are hopefully going to fit. So quickly, I just wanted to show you the solar panel. It comes with this thing, and there you can see, hopefully, it's pretty decent size. The glass, I think, is hardened, so it will withstand hail and all that stuff. I was hoping that it came with some sort of screws or washers for mounting the fan, but I don't think it did. The only as far as hardware, with screws and stuff it comes with, is for mounting the actual solar panel up on the roof. So I'm just going to go ahead and use some wood screws, which is what they had this whole thing set up at Big Blue, and that's all they had was wood screws. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, one thing with this fan and the hole is you want to get it kind of right, because you can see there's a little bit of a lip here, and that lip fits down in the hole, so you can't just make it too small, because otherwise the lip won't fit down there perfectly. So that seems pretty good. All I got to do is throw a couple screws here to mount this thing, and then, like I said, this whole unit goes up in the attic with you, and then you screw this to your trusses up there. I just attached the fan, motor, and the housing to the plywood, and I'm going to show you what this thing looks like here. So you can see this is the whole unit that you're going to take up in your attic. Pretty cool. You can assemble it down here where it's not like 1,000 degrees. There is an inscription here that says this rib up and down, so you're going to want to make sure that it gets mounted this way, because the thicker rib, I guess, needs to be vertical. So you can see the other side, you know, a bunch of screws going through, not pretty, but I didn't have washers, which I'm sure this calls for, because these holes, these openings here are pretty big. So I just used standard wood screws. Let me show you what I have going here. So they're just those, pretty much. And you know, probably not the exact right tool for the job for that, but hey, it works. So what I did was I actually screwed one right through the plastic, there and there, and also, as you can see, there and there and there and there. So it's kind of like the same on each side. So each little tab has 4 screws going through there. So that should give it a pretty sturdy mount. Not too worried about anything happening to it. Now all I really have to do is take this up in the attic and just mount it up there, place it, see where it goes, and then worry about the solar panel. All right, guys, so I just got done with the solar panel installation and the whole installation of the fan and everything. Sorry I didn't take you through the steps individually. Fairly simple. I'll go through them real quick. But number one, I wasn't sure if I was going to drill a hole through my roof or run the wiring down the side of my house and through the vent, and as it turns out, it would have been ugly if I ran it outside my house down through the vent, which is what I was planning on doing. So I ended up drilling a hole through the roof. It was no big deal. Half-inch hole to let the terminals from the solar panel go through the roof, and then I filled it in with some caulking that was the black, like asphalt tar stuff. So here you can see the actual solar panel. This is the mounting points, and that's the black asphalt tar I was talking about. Just use some really hefty wood screws. You have to put these little mounting tabs, there's 4 of them on the solar panel. But the thing is a 10-watt solar panel. Seems to be pretty good as far as durability. I took my rag and cleaned it really nicely. So you can see again, there's the 2 other mounting points. What you don't see is directly under this. Maybe you can see if can you see? Directly under this is a hole that I drilled, and the wire was just fed right down through the roof. And of course, it's all caulked up and everything, so there's not going to be any leaking or anything like that. So that's it. That's the solar panel. Pretty simple and easy install. Really easy, and I'm really excited about it. I'm going to take you right down into the attic now, and we'll show you what's going on down there. Okay, guys, we probably look like monsters right now, but we're going to show you. We're in the attic, and we're going to show you the finished product. And right now, I'll point the camera towards the fan so you can hear it and see it from a distance, and then we'll go up close to it. Okay, guys, so this is the fan, okay, and here's the sound of it. It's not too loud at all. It's actually a lot quieter than I thought, and it seems to be spinning pretty good. Now, granted, this is the kind of late in the day, but I can feel the air being pulled. See, because not only is air being pulled from back here in the back, but it's also being pulled from the sides. You can see how these louvers are open here. So it's pulling air from all directions and pushing it straight out the venting system. Here you can see the piece of plywood that I cut the hole in for the fan. Remember, I mounted the fan to the plywood down in the garage, put a whole bunch of screws in it, and then what I did was I mounted a cross member here, a 2x4, right in between these two studs that are going vertically, and I mounted another cross member on the bottom, right in between the two studs, same spot. So you can see I screwed in some wood screws here, screwed in a couple more wood screws there, and then to the cross member there, then again vertically, and then on the bottom. So I mean, there's a whole ton of screws screwing this thing in, but it is not going anywhere. It's nice and sturdy, and there's no vibration or anything. The fan is spinning really good. So there's the hole, plenty of caulking on there, you know, 1/2-inch hole, and just filled it up with the caulking just to make sure. So, and then I went ahead and wire tied, you know, the excess cable. And then there you can see the connections. All they are is just plug and play. They only go in one way, white to white, black to black. You cannot mess that up. You cannot get it wrong. There's only one way to do it. So all in all, this project took a couple hours, but only because we were being super careful. Obviously, it's the first time I've ever done this. So, you know, wanted to make sure I was doing it right, as good as I possibly could do. And so far, everything seems to be working phenomenally well. So I'm really happy with this. I'll put a link down in the description of this video, so check out the link. I'll try to find the same exact fan. If I can't find the same one, I'll find very similar ones to this one that I'm installing. And I'll put that down in the description below. That goes straight to Amazon, and you know, you can check out the fan there. Anyways guys, not sure how much the cameras are picking up down here. It's pretty dark, but there you go. That is a solar powered Gable attic fan. Gable, remember that word, Gable. That's just the arch here, archway, and the little louvers that are right there. So it's a solar powered Gable attic fan. And again, check the description below of this video, and you'll see some links there to a couple of them over on Amazon. And thanks for watching. Peace out.